Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another reading vlog because they are my favourite to do and I'm pretty sure they're probably your favourite to watch. And I'm really excited because today we're going to be doing a Zodiac Academy reading vlog. This month's TBR we selected 2 of the Zodiac physicals and 2 of the Kindle books. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to read them all for you and let you in on my Zodiac journey. I am currently at book 5, Cursed Fates, and I'm really enjoying it. Now I will explain a little bit about my Zodiac journey because I'm doing a very specific reading order. So my Zodiac order, I actually am following a order where you do the first 4 books in the Zodiac series, then move to the Ruthless Boys series, and then move back to the Zodiac series and finish it that way, and then do Darkmoor Penitentiary. I have actually read The Awakening, Ruthless Fae, The Reckoning, and then I did go on to the entire Ruthless Boys series, so I do have them all in physical. So we have Dark Fae, Savage Fae, Vicious Fae, Broken Fae, and Warrior Fae. Now, I'll let you into a little secret. I think I actually preferred the Ruthless Boys to the Zodiac series so far. So yeah, I did struggle with the first one because going into sort of a new series when you are midway through one can be a little bit difficult because you're getting to know different characters, new relationships, everything like that. So the way that the series is set out is that you have the overarching Zodiac universe. You've got the Zodiac Academy series where you have the main characters that are at Zodiac Academy. You then have the Ruthless Boys series where this is actually set 5 years before Zodiac Academy, and it's at another academy called Aurora Academy. This is a reverse harem series and there's a lot more kind of main characters in the mix, but there are some crossovers between some of the characters in Zodiac and Ruthless Boys, and they go like vice versa, which is why this reading order is a good experience because you get to meet some of the characters in Zodiac Academy and then you kind of go back in time and you get to see a little bit about their history in here, and then once you finish the series and you go back into Zodiac, some of these characters are actually in Zodiac from that point on, which is why it makes sense to do it this way. But yeah, for me, when you kind of like 3 books into a series and you know those characters, you know the world, you know everything about it, then going into another series and trying to do that again, it kind of like messed with my brain a little bit. And I know quite a few people in my Discord community had the same thoughts because we started this series at the same time quite a few months ago. Yeah, so that was kind of that series, but like I say, I actually ended up enjoying that series so much more than I thought I would in the end, and I do think I had quite a few 5-star books in that, whereas Zodiac I am yet to have a 5-star book. It's great, not quite as good in my opinion. The way I kind of describe it is the Zodiac kind of universe is kind of like trash TV that you just cannot put down. Honestly, I'm kind of obsessed with it. So easy to read as a fantasy series. Highly recommend it. Then once I'd been in the Ruthless Boys series, I then came back into Zodiac and did Shadow Princess. Then there was a novella, Origins of an Academy Bully, so I finished that on my Kindle. And then we went into Cursed Fates. Now the one thing I will say about the Zodiac series, and also I think the Ruthless Boys series had them as well, but I don't think they were dramatised, is that there are dramatised audios for the first 4 books. They're all in 2 parts, I think. Maybe the first one's in 1 part, but they're all in 2 parts because they are chunky books, like chunky, but they are like a film in book form. So they've got sound effects, they've got full cast, incredible. Now the reason I am starting this vlog halfway through is because I did actually start this book on audio. So the first part of Cursed Fates is released, however the second part only comes out in January and I just couldn't wait that long. I got the Libby Hold for the audio and I read it. I did a lot of kind of like driving where I was listening to it, but primarily I actually rough cut my YouTube videos listening to audiobooks because I don't need to listen to the audio to rough cut. I actually just look at the, what's it called? The audio strip. I don't know the official terms for anything editing. I'm learning as I go, but I basically take out all of the gaps in my audio so that there's no breaks. You will have no idea how many times I pause, I say things wrong, say things I shouldn't say, like mess lines up, like everything. And obviously I edit all of that out and I edit all of the breaks out whilst listening to an audiobook. I actually had to edit 2 YouTube videos last week and I got most of this done using that time. I then also did some colouring. Now I'm kind of back in my colouring phase because I'm very much audiobooking at the moment. I actually finished Bubbles, and then I'll take this piece of paper up because that was just to protect it. And then I started this little mousey thing. I have no idea where it's from. I haven't finished it yet because I finished the audio whilst I was in the middle of this and I was like, now we've got to start on the physical book. We are going through this book now. This is a 900-page book. I love these because they're so easy to read in physical form. So I'm actually making myself read it in physical. So far I have been listening / reading over 4 days, and I have done quite a decent amount of reading. So I'm hoping to continue. I am going out for a Sunday roast because my family are visiting this weekend. So we're going to be doing that. But then later on, I am actually going to be filming a video for my channel this week, which should already be live because this vlog will be coming out after that. But I'm going to be doing a 45-minute real-time sprint so that people who love to join my TikTok sprints can watch that whilst I'm not live, and you can just repeat it over and over and over again, and it's like we're reading together. I'm going to be filming that when I get back with this, so I may include some of that footage in this vlog. But if you are interested in any form of reading sprint where you can just rewatch it, I will tag the video here so that you can go and watch. I am super excited because, like I say, I am going to be reading Cursed Fates, but then there are 2 novellas that I want to read between this and Fated Throne. One of them is The Big Ass Party and Set on the Moon. Then we will go into Fated Throne. I have no idea how long all of these are going to take me to read because they are chunky books. I mean, I don't even know how many pages this one is. Let's try and look at it without spoilers. 915. So we've got 900 pages, 915, and no idea how long the novellas are. Hopefully they're really short. We'll see how we go on. I also have my amazing besties coming to stay this weekend, which I'm super excited about. Lauren and Dolinka are my ride or die bestie friends that I met through social media doing book talk, believe it or not, and they are honestly they're just crucial parts of my life now, and I just am forever thankful that I got to meet them. They are coming over. So Dolinka lives in the Netherlands and she's coming over so that we can go to a book event called the Book Party next weekend. But I am super excited to be spending some time with them. So yeah, it's a really exciting week for me, and hopefully we get plenty of reading done. Oh, before we carry on, I want to show you some things that got delivered this week. I unboxed them on TikTok and I'm pretty sure I did a short on here for them, but I need to show you. I recently did my November TBR video, and it was the last time using a temporary TBR jar because I had an old one that had a reader card on the front of it, a reader tarot card. I was obsessed with it, but I somehow smashed it. I knocked it. It lived on this shelf and I knocked it on the shelf and it just smashed everywhere. I was so upset. But then one of my favourite bookish businesses called Rollercoaster Design has done a tarot reader card TBR jar, and I'm obsessed. So it came the other day and it is so cute. I actually managed to get all the prompts in here because this is smaller than my other one, but I managed to shove them all in, and it's even got like a little wood burned TBR in the top of it, so that is super cute. But then also in that collection she did a, what are they called, like the, you know, the charger port in your Kindle. She does like little dust plugs that have like little charms on them that are so super cute. So I actually got one that matches the tarot reader TBR jar that goes into the bottom here, and it matches the colour of my Kindle insert, so I'm super happy. I keep questioning whether to take this off because I actually have a, where is it? It's in here somewhere, I'm sure. I went through a phase of Kindle grips and I actually got this from Lunacourt Design as well. I don't think she does this specific one anymore, but it's like almost like a Valaris themed Kindle grip. I'm not sure if it's going to focus on it, and it goes obviously with the theme of the Kindle overall. I find that I play with it too much, and for some reason at the moment I'm getting really overstimulated by things being in between my fingers. Like I say, I don't actually read with this at the moment. I just hold it, but then I'm like, do I take the magnetic strip off? Because if I take it off, then I do have some other ones I could put back on it, but it kind of ruins the aesthetic when I'm just kind of like holding it. Let me know what you think I should do with it, but honestly, yeah. And then I have and I love the fact that it's yellow and purple because opposite colours and all that. But I now have to put it in upside down so that the Kindle charm doesn't get damaged. I'm absolutely obsessed with those. But yeah, I'm gonna go and have a roast dinner and then we'll do some reading in a little bit. hit a bit of a wall. I absolutely love the Zodiac series because it's so easy to read, and it's basically just a load of kids in college with a load of drama, and it's like, I don't know, it's like one of those things where you like hearing about drama when it's not about you. It's like one of those, like, you're reading that, like, it is coming to life within this book. I did really well last night and a little bit today. I am now at like 610-ish pages, so I've done about, I don't know, like 100-ish, something like that. It's good, but I have hit that point where it's a 900-page book and nothing major has happened. We're just kind of doing the character thing. And sometimes I just want a little bit of action in there as well. Now, I can't obviously go into detail about what happened at the end of Shadow Princess or what's going on in this book, because some of you may not have read Zodiac, and I'm not about that spoiler life. Something happened at the end of Shadow Princess that really kind of made me dislike the book. Like, there was a particular plot point at the end between two of the main characters. One of the sisters, Tori, it was a plot point about her and her male interest, and I was like, I don't like that. I really don't like that. It made me really mad. I was like, why have you done this? Why? Because I am a sucker for relationships and everything being lovely and happy, and I just don't. And then in this book we have a lot of back and forth about that particular subject. At a certain point it's like, okay, we get it, let's move on, like, let's do something different now. The one thing about this that's just started is that there is a particular storyline that has been kind of hinted at potentially happening throughout the series with Darcy and her love interest, and we're kind of starting to see something potentially happen with that, and I'm interested to see where that goes. But yeah, we did hit a little bit of a lull there for a minute, I can't lie about it, and I have to say that it does cement my feelings about the Ruthless Boys series just being a little bit better for me. I'd say it's like a 4-starer. It's not a 5-starer at the minute. I am hoping that there is going to be some more action in there, because through all the books there is this illusion, that's not a, like, it's, the storyline is being alluded to happening at some point, and I just keep thinking, like, at what point is that going to happen? Are we going to have to wait until the last book before it starts to happen? I'd have thought that it'd have been starting throughout all of them, like a little bit at a time, interweaved with all of these different character relationships and drama and all of that kind of thing. And at the minute that's not really the case, so I don't know, like, I wouldn't say I'm bored because it's easy to read, but I'm like, I have read 600 pages of drama rather than plot or action, if you get what I mean. So that's kind of where I'm at the minute. I am going to read some more, and last night I found a new favourite spot to read in. It is in my office, it's in front of my bookcases. In fact, you've literally just seen it in the previous clip. For some reason, like, sitting there and the way that the lights are set up in the room, and normally I sit right in front of my desk so I can put my feet up underneath it, and I've just always sat there. I sat offset in the corner with all the lights on, and I was like, this is a mood. I like this. So I'm actually going to sit there again today and read. I am intrigued to know, if you've read Zodiac, what you thought about the length books and the pace of them in terms of the overarching storyline throughout the books, because yeah, I'm interested to see if it's me or if everybody kind of feels like that. But luckily there is enough drama between people that you can kind of, like, you're never bored, you know? It's definitely like a romance set in a fantasy world rather than it being like a fantasy or romantasy. I don't think there's enough happening to be considered that. But again, I'm no expert, so who knows? But let's get reading. Cursed Fates actually picked up for me last night, and I am so happy that it did. It's almost like I jinxed it, but in a good way, in that I said that it was kind of slow in parts, and it's like the universe heard me, and it got all the action thrown in. So I was really getting to a good bit last night, and today I haven't had a massive amount of time to read, but I have read a little bit, and again, things are like going up another level. So I'm currently on chapter 54, which is page 887. So I have about 40 pages left. So I figured that we could read them together, and you can see my reactions for the end of the book. We'll see what's going on. Also, I released a video today, a little short, of a little challenge that me and Dolinka have decided to undertake, and that is 75 booked. So from tomorrow, 12th of November, we will be doing the 75 book challenge, which is reading for an hour and a half every day. It also includes audiobooks, but reading for an hour and a half every day, drinking one of these within that hour and a half time slot, a book buying ban. Yes, I know exactly what you're thinking. What are you doing? A book buying ban? Thankfully, I just bought 3 more of these this morning because I panic bought them. I was looking for, because I need 7, 8 and 8.5. I think 9's not out yet. And on some websites it was saying not available for sale. And I was like, wait, what? Like, have they taken them off sale or something like that? So as soon as I found them, I put them in my basket, and it was like it was meant to be, because from tomorrow I can't buy any more books. The only caveat to that is that I obviously have my Fairy Loot subscription, so I will be purchasing that. And also, if there are any Fairy Loot pre-order sales that go up, I will be partaking in those, because they're like one-time opportunities. If it's something that's going to be available after the challenge, I will wait. If it's not available after the challenge, then I will be purchasing it, because I don't think it's worth missing out on something and me having regret. I will also be doing a vlog every day, which I will pop on here and on TikTok to document my progress. And I'm also going to be creating a little spread within my journal. Now, this is a journal that is pre-populated with like pages and stuff like that, but there is this one double page spread like at the beginning of the book where I thought I could maybe create something. So I think what I'm going to do tomorrow is for day 1, I'm going to maybe audiobook whilst creating this. I'm going to also document it in my journal. I have actually got to a point where I think I could potentially create my own journal, like a bullet journal. I've been watching some videos and I'm kind of intrigued by it in the process. So I have bought a journal for 2026 that is kind of, I think, a mix of both, but we'll see. But I'm thinking maybe in 2027 I might create my own. Weirdly, I've actually stuck to completing this journal. Like, I kid you not, I think I got it midway through either January or February, one of the two. I managed to figure out which dates I had read in January based on my Goodreads, so I was able to like go back and populate everything. I have actually completed this all year. To begin with, I was doing like little scrapbook pages to go with each review, but it ended up taking so long and I would never do them at the time and stuff like that, so eventually I just ended up stopping doing that, and I just literally write the review on here. If I actually created a journal and did some of the decoration and then only had to fill in the book information after I'd read it, I feel like I could get on board with that. Because the one thing I love about this journal is that it has got a page tracker, because I feel like it keeps me so accountable that I have to track every day that I read and how many pages and what books and things. And also, being a book content creator, it's a lot easier if I have all of the books I've read in one location. So if I ever want to do like recommendation videos or anything like that, like all of the information is within this journal. But yeah, I'm really surprised that I've kept it up for this long, but I have. I splashed out and I bought myself a fancy one for next year. Obviously, I'll show you when that arrives. Let's get into reading the last 40-ish pages of Cursed Fates. I don't think I'm ready. No, I'm definitely not ready. I don't know how I feel. I feel many things. The ending was epic, like epic, but also like I kind of hate it at the same time. I feel like I felt like that with every book. Maybe not every book, but definitely the last one, Shadow Princess and Cursed Fates. I'm like, why? But then that's, yeah, that is why it's so good though, because I'm like, what the hell has just happened? Like what? How is it even going to come back from this? Like, so yeah, I do think it's a 4-starer for me, because it was a lot to get to that point. Another insane ending to a Zodiac book, but we have that ticked off the list. Next we move into the big ass party. So yeah, I don't even know how long that book is, but that's what we're going to read next. I've got a feeling that it's not going to give us any more information on the main story. I may be surprised. I'll update you with how I get on with that. I'm going to start tomorrow, because unless, I don't know if you can see here, but it's insanely late and I should well be in bed by now, so I'm going to go to sleep. And hope I can get to sleep after that roller coaster of a book. Insane. I just can't. Like, I wish I could actually tell you what happened. I wish I could without giving spoilers to people that haven't read it. But yeah, wow, can't wait for tomorrow now to start the novella. As soon as I finish the novellas, I can get into the next main book, which is Fated Throne, and I'm intrigued to see what the hell's going to happen next, to be quite honest. It's actually been a few days since I filmed anything. I finished Cursed Fates 2 days ago. Was it 2 days ago? Yes, 3 days ago. 3 days ago. Something like that. And since, I think I had a day off where I didn't read anything Zodiac related. I just listened to my audiobook. It was Summer in the City by Alex Astor, and I finished that. And then yesterday I actually started listening to The Summer Girl by Elle Kennedy on audio. But I did start the first Zodiac Academy novella that was on my list for this month, and that was The Big Ass Party, which is 5.5, I believe. I was planning on reading 2 novellas, because in my original reading order I had The Big Ass Party and then Set on the Moon. But I've actually done a little bit of research, and I did actually finish The Big Ass Party today. I have done a little bit of research, and Set on the Moon and Night, which are both kind of like really small novellas, are actually within the book Live and Let Lionel, which I think is 8.5. And some people have said to just read them at 8.5. It doesn't have any impact on kind of like the story. So I'm actually going to wait and read that at 8.5. The next book I'm going to go into is actually Fated Throne. This is the next one that we will be diving into. Again, this is another 900-page book, but obviously this now takes me on to the next part of the plot and the story, so I'm intrigued to see where this is going to go. I have left this a little bit late to be starting this, because today is Friday. I need to start editing this vlog on Tuesday at the latest, or at least have like finished filming on Tuesday at the latest, so that I can get this out for you guys on Thursday. And 900 pages over Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 5 days. I feel like it might be possible. It did take me, because I have, oh, hang on, wait a minute. Teddy's decided he wants to come in and start playing with his, oh, we've got the donut. It's the kiwi donut. What have you got, Teds? What's that? What is it? What is it? What's that? What have you got? What are you doing, Teds? What are you doing? What have you got? What's that? So anyway, if you can hear Teddy, literally could not have been more perfect timing than that. You will now see what he's doing. Cursed Fates, I did read it over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. And obviously that was 930 pages. We're going to have a bit of a tall order, but we've started 75 booked. I'm actually on day 3 today. So as of Thursday of the challenge, we had 126 books left on the TBR. This was book number 126, which means this is book 125. This is the journal spread that I created. So obviously the challenge is 75 books, and I've got a symbol for each of the 4 rules, and the idea is that every single day I will colour in the squares, and then the background is just kind of like flowery purple and blue kind of flowery situation. So yeah, I really love that. I am quite impressed with myself actually for doing that. It's potentially going to be a busy weekend. We are going to try and focus on this reading. Jo is actually going to be starting the challenge with me. However, she's going to start a week after me, because with her coming over from the Netherlands, the books here in England are so much cheaper for her than in the Netherlands. So she wants to do like a book haul while she's here. It kind of made no sense to her to start the challenge, break the book buying ban, or make it an exception for while she was here and then go back. So she's going to start when she goes back. She understands that I'm in the middle of the challenge, so we need to read for an hour and a half every day. If I can read 100 pages in 90 minutes, then we've got at least 400 pages worth of reading time just there. So I need to find 500 pages more reading time somewhere in order to finish this book in this vlog, if it's going to go up and live on Thursday. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. We'll check back in with you later when we are doing some reading, and Dolinka will be here by then. I'm so excited. This weekend's gonna be so much fun. Hello, it's now Saturday. No, that's a lie. It's Sunday. Doe. Hello. has been here since Friday. Yesterday we had a, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but Lauren came up and 3 other girlies from the Discord. So Lauren, Doc, Joe and Stevie all came to stay, and we went to an event called the Book Party in Manchester, and we met the lovely Beck and Lizzie, also from the Discord community there. It's like, I've been to quite a few of the book parties and they've progressively got more disappointing, I can't lie. And yesterday was sort of like marketed as like the premium one because it was the Christmas ball, and we got a free drink, but there was like nothing else there. Like, it was in the Dome in Manchester, and I don't know, it just didn't feel like what we thought it was going to. So we actually ended up leaving early and coming home, and we started the first Harry Potter but then went to bed because we were tired. And then today we've actually been to Liverpool and we went book shopping. So obviously it's Doe's first time in Liverpool. We kind of did like a little bit of the touristy things and we walked around the docks and things like that, and then we went book shopping, didn't we? Yeah. So we went to Waterstones, the Works, and then we went to a new independent fantasy bookstore in the Wirral called Page and Word, which was really cool, and there's like this queue outside. It was really sweet. But the book journal I actually bought for 2026 is from a company, I always get it wrong, Quirky Cup Co. I don't know if the co is supposed to be company or collective, like I just don't know. Yeah, the reading journal I bought, and I just paid like an extortionate amount in shipping and taxes to come here. They literally sell it at normal price in that shop. So I was like, while I'm here, I'm going to take advantage of this. And I actually bought another one. My one from the one that I bought that's currently in the air being shipped to me is like an actual reading journal, so it's got the pages set up in it and then a couple of blank pages, and then I thought I would buy one that was completely blank because I could start creating, like, maybe we could do some more challenges and things like that, and I could create like independent journal pages in here that aren't in my like yearly journal, if that makes sense. So obviously I really enjoyed creating my 75 books one, so I thought we could do something like that with it. And I also got my new Kindle insert, which matches my new reading journal as well, so I'm absolutely obsessed with this. It was a successful day, and then we had a roast dinner just now, and it was Doe's first roast dinner. And
it was so good. Like, the best thing I ate so far this trip. It was amazing.
So yeah.
And I had a traditional breakfast this morning, so I feel like I'm like...
You're like going fully English for the day.
I'm part of the country now. Yeah.
100%. So we are going to actually sit and read because obviously I'm doing the 75 book challenge, which means I need to read for another hour and a half. Well, I haven't read at all today. I need to read for an hour and a half today. So we're going to go on TikTok Live and do some reading sprints. But yesterday we did get through some of Fated Throne. I can't lie, I did my 90 minutes. Well, I probably was actually reading for longer than 90 minutes, but I kept getting distracted, so didn't read all that much. So I finished on page 64 yesterday, and we're going to go into 65 today. I am enjoying it. I'm intrigued to see where it's going to go because obviously after the last one ended, I was like, what the hell? Like, it was really unexpected. And yeah, it's been intriguing from the beginning on this one, which I quite like. So I'm going to see what I think as I continue reading. But yeah, we're going to do some sprints and then I'll check back with you either at the end if I remember or tomorrow. We just finished reading and I'm actually quite impressed. We both did really, really well. I read 105 pages of Fated Throne and I'm actually annoyed but loving it at the same time. I feel like that's a sign of a good book. But where the last one finished off, this one has started like quicker, like the pace is pacing, because basically all hell has broken loose and shit has kicked off. And I'm excited to keep reading it. Whereas like on the previous book what was the previous book called? Not Shadow Princess. It was
Cursed Fates?
Cursed Fates.
Cursed Fates.
Yes. Me trying to memory and my memory not going very well. Cursed Fates, it kind of started off slower. And I think it's I obviously went into Cursed Fates having a huge break between Shadow Princess and Cursed Fates. But I kind of felt like it was slow going, and then it kind of was more about the relationships and like their time at Zodiac and stuff like that. And then there was kind of a dip in the middle before all the action kind of kicked off. Whereas with this one, I feel like the action, because it kicked off, it's like carrying on, and I'm intrigued to see where it's going to go, because at some point shit has to start happening. And I can't say anything because obviously I don't want to give anyone spoilers. I'm really enjoying it. Did really well. You finished your book, didn't you?
I did.
What were you reading?
Goldfinch, so the last book in the Play the Prisoner series. Glad it's finished. Like, it's a good series. I recommend the series. It's good. You have some books that are like very, very slow. You're just like, ugh. And then the ending of this one, like there was a last problem that was just solved too easily. Like I was like, then why did you even make it happen if it's like solved this quickly? Yeah, like it felt rushed. Yeah. And then with the way it ended, I'm left with some questions like, okay, so this happened, but what's going on with this now? And you're never going to get that question answered. No, because the series is finished. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. But it is a good series. I do recommend it. It's like a 4-star overall series for me. What was your favourite book in the series? I think it was Gleam, the third one? Yeah, Gleam is number 3. Yeah, that's my favourite one. So the slow books are the first one, the last one. No, Glow. Really. Glow. Was it the 4th one? No, Gold. I would say it's Guild and Gold, which is number 1 and 5. But 2, 3, 4 and 6 are good. Are good. Yeah. Okay. I mean, Guild is good. It's just like, it was really annoying to read. Like, what was happening was like making me angry. Yeah. It's like a good thing. Yeah, because any emotion is kind of a good emotion when you're reading. But if I wasn't buddy reading this with the girls from Discord, I probably wouldn't have continued the series. But you guys should, because it gets really, really, really good after the first one. I think, you know what I might do? I might audio Guild when I do it. Yeah. Like audio and colour or something like that, so that I just get it done and then can pick up. I'm pretty sure I have almost every one of these on Kindle. I mean, the first 2 are like small anyway, so you don't fly through them. The last ones are huge, aren't they? They are. They're almost 700 pages. I know. And I feel like anything that I have on my Kindle in terms of TBR, I'm kind of like, it's not a priority right now, because my physical TBR is so massive that my aim is to try and get that down, and then I'll worry about what's on Kindle at that point. My idea would be if I could go through 2026 and have no physical books left at the end. That's ambitious. Yeah. Yeah, really ambitious. Really ambitious. How many, wait, let's see if this is possible. How many books have I read so far this year? 112 so far this year. And I have, well, this is 125, so I technically have 124 unread books on my physical TBR. I say none. I would never want no books on my TBR, because then I feel like like I'd want like just be like a little small, less overwhelming. Yeah, like anywhere between sort of like 10 to 20 books. So I could still mood read it, but it's not really like massive and overwhelming, because I'd like to get to a point where when I get a fairy book, or when I go out book shopping and I pick up something I fancy, I can read it straight away. Yeah. Not have it sit on my shelf. Like some of the books in that TBR are 3 years old. I kid you not. Yeah. I have the same issue. And it's like now I don't really want to read those books that I bought 3 years ago, because my reading taste has changed. It's changed, yeah. And so I feel like I then force myself to have to read them, which then I feel like I'm not going to enjoy them as much. Yeah. Like some of the books that I've DNF'd this year is just because it's one that I've picked up. Yeah, it's not your vibe anymore. Yeah. And it's nothing to do with the book, it's just that my reading taste has changed. I feel like I'm maybe setting myself like an unrealistic target there. Maybe like 30, get it down to like 30 to 40 next year. Yeah. Is like more doable. But I really, really, really want to focus on it. And I don't really care if I read the books that I have in physical form. I care about reading them, deciding if I want to keep the book in physical form. If not, getting rid of it. And if I do, then I'll keep it as like a trophy. I'm not as like precious about reading the actual physical book anymore. No. I definitely need to do something though. Like I need to get it under control. If anything, I need to focus on, and I keep saying this, I need to focus on my Fairy Loot hardbacks, because if I don't actually like them, I need to sell them. But also same thing with the hardbacks. I feel like I should just read the hardbacks, and if I don't want them, get rid of them. For me now, kind of regrets buying as much as I did, and I think that's one thing I don't like about the book community in general in any of the platforms, is that there's
there's a lot of pressure to feel like you have to have a large physical collection. And especially as a creator as well, like you feel a lot of pressure to create hauls because people like seeing you buying books, but then you're buying books for the sake of buying books because you just want to create a video. And I think actually us changing the narrative to be like, I actually want to read what I own because I think other people will be able to relate to that. I think is really important. But I do think I need to just read what I have, get rid of what I didn't like, and then only buy something after I've read it, or if I'm really in the mood to read a physical book. Tomorrow we've got a really chill day, haven't we? So I'm hoping that we will...
She's working, I'm chilling.
We're hoping that we'll kind of recover some of our energy.
We're tired.
Yeah.
We are really tired.
Really tired. And we will... Yeah, I'm not sure what the plan is, whether we're going to read or...
We'll see.
Well, we have to read for an hour because I'm doing an hour and a half. Because
yeah.
I'm doing 75 books, but we will, I don't know, we'll go with the flow. So far, I am really enjoying this. And I definitely would recommend the series, but I think this is a 4-star series for me.
Like, it's good, but not like, wow.
I don't know, maybe I'm being a bit harsh on it. Maybe it's like a 4.5, because some of it I'm like, every single book has got something absolutely amazing about it. There's just something, for some reason, I'm missing a little bit. Like, I enjoyed book 1 to 3 massively. Absolutely loved them. But
yeah, you were texting me like all the time, like, oh, this is a reality show. Like, it feels like, what you call it, like a train wreck.
Yeah. After I read Ruthless Boys, because I loved that series so much more, I'm like,
this is a bit disappointing now.
Yeah, I love it. It just doesn't quite have the same thing. Like, I can't describe the Ruthless Boys because it's a reverse harem. It's got like is it 5 or 4? No, 4 boys and the main female character. Yeah, I love that series. I swear I do love it. I just have the memory of a goldfish. And each of them had such a distinct personality, and there was like a lot going on, but it was something about their relationships I really got invested in them. Like, they were just amazing. Like, I was so sad when that series ended. And I love the fact that some of those characters are within these books because you still get like little bits of them, and like there's like little cameos of like lots of different people. But I think the thing with these now is because of the plot and the way that the story is developing in terms of like the main, you know, throne argument and the certain things that are happening is kind of like tearing some of the relationship like investment apart. So I don't feel that invested in it because they keep throwing these curveballs in. But rather than the curveballs keep it exciting, but it's kind of like almost like you get to a point where it's like there's too many curveballs now.
Yeah,
like,
it happens over and over.
Yeah, like I kind of want to see something positive start to happen. Like, I honestly feel that from the end of book 4 to now, shit's just got worse and worse and worse and worse. And it's almost like you get to a point where I'm like, is there any hope? Is there any... You end up not feeling
is
like...
there a light at the end of the tunnel?
Yeah. And I think that has kind of dulled the shine on it a little bit. Like, the actual plot and like the things that they've come up with and the things that they've done, they are great. Like, I have to say, because you know what I'm like, I will read a fantasy book and I'll be texting you like I did with Diabound saying like, I think this is going to happen, this is going to happen.
You were spot on with that.
And I was
like, the fuck do I say now? She's right about everything.
And I was like, I think this is going to happen. And I got a theory of what was going to happen, but I think because of the way that they've done this, and A, I just have no idea what they're going to come up with next. And B, it's just kind of like, I don't bother anymore because I know that they're just going to do something I completely didn't expect. Which is good. It's good, I like it, but almost like I want you to mix a little bit of like hope, and it just feels like they've got really shit luck, and it's like, how is it ever going to turn around? You kind of need to like sprinkle a bit of both in there. I'm intrigued. Obviously, I'm in no way, shape or form going to finish this book in this vlog. There's going to be many more Zodiac vlogs to come, I'm sure, and then we'll kind of do like a roundup of the Zodiac series before I then go on to Darkmoor Penitentiary. I'll let you guys know what I think of where I'm at before I close out the vlog. We're gonna go to bed now. Well, we're gonna watch a film and then we're gonna go to bed. It is actually so dark outside right now that I actually don't know what the lighting's like in here, but it's gone like insanely cold and insanely dark all of a sudden, and it's depressing. I hate it. Winter needs to go away. Anyway, completely sidetracked. I think the last time I saw you was Sunday evening, and me and Dolinka did some live sprints and we read some of Fated Throne. Now, Dolinka has gone home. Today is Wednesday. She actually went home yesterday, and we had 2 days of just chilling together, and we did the bare minimum of reading to satisfy my 75 books challenge. We didn't go like fully in on reading lots because we had lots of catching up time to do. I am going to end this vlog today, like now, but before I do, I want to give you my thoughts on Fated Throne so far. So obviously, this is book number 6, and we are currently at 350 pages through. Now, unlike all of the other ones where where the kind of start and the middle has been good, but like 3.5, 4-star good. No, I'd actually say 4-star. Ignore me on the 3.5. It is a 4-star. Like, it is interesting. There's drama happening between the characters. It's just not huge, like, action-based plot all the time. That tends to come towards the tail end of the books. And I kind of felt like it was just constantly down. Like, there was no, like, good luck. There was nothing positive happening. Felt like they were just constantly getting, like, more shit added onto them constantly. And I just couldn't see how they were going to come back from it. But this book, after the end of Cursed Fates, where something big happened and I was like, what the hell? I had no idea how this one was going to go. But I have to say, it's kept me, like, really intrigued and interested for that 350 pages that I've read. So I do have high hopes for this one. I do think this might be my favourite one so far. But also, we did get a delivery. That delivery is the next 3 books. That delivery is the next 3 books, and I am really tempted to throw out my entire November TBR and maybe even December and just focus on finishing this series before the end of the year. I'm even considering, do I break the book buy and ban in December so that I can pick up number 9, which releases in December, so that I can finish that? Do I do it because then it's a series that I have ticked off my list? That is the question. I am not sure. I'm not sure what to do, but I think we may continue reading depending on how I feel after I finish Fated Throne. Obviously, we are going to be leaving this vlog here because I can't carry it on forever. This does have to go live tomorrow, so we are going to end here, but I've absolutely loved reading this series. I am tempted to do another Zodiac reading vlog if I do continue this series, but maybe like add a little bit of like spice in there somehow, like figure out a way of making it sort of like another little challenge added on top of what I'm reading. So yeah, give me thoughts if you have any on ideas of how I can do a reading vlog with Zodiac with like an extra bit of spice or interest added to it. Thank you so much for watching. If you got to this point, leave me you know, like the star emoji that's got like the shooting star emoji, leave that one in the comments if you got this far. Thank you so much for watching, very much appreciated as always. If you haven't subscribed already, then make sure you do and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload. And honestly, your support means the entire world to me. Thank you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.